All right, everybody, thanks for joining me. My name is Kyle Posey from Niners Nation. As you know, today we have a special guest, a new guest for the first time, De'Vondre Campbell, newly signed linebacker for the 49ers. De'Vondre, what's going on?
What's going on, man? I appreciate you having me. Appreciate your time as well. Everybody's time is valued.
So De'Vondre is here for Campbell Soup. I got something from them in the mail. Do you have kids, right?
Yep, three.
So I have a daughter. She ordered some from Amazon. I gave her the package. She thought it was like a top, whatever it's top for the summer. It turns out it was a Campbell Soup thing. So she's not too happy with me right now.
You in the doghouse. You got to take her
Yep.
to Target.
She doesn't want to talk to me right now. You tell me about your experience with Campbell's, whether it's favorite flavor, how'd you get involved with him? Talk to me.
So I've been working with Campbell's for what, 2 years now. It's just something that's always been big to me. I used to watch the Donovan McNabb commercials growing up, and my last name is Campbell, so it was always something that was kind of on my radar that I wanted to get done, kind of do some work with them. And it just kind of fell into place the way it did. I'm excited about it. Um, but right now we got this new soup we over here. I'm actually eating some right now. I just got home from my workout not too long ago. It's the Campbell's Chunky Spicy Nashville style hot chicken soup. Provides big flavors with southern heat and bold ingredients. It's awesome. It's really spicy though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your spice level? How much can you take?
I'm not really a spice person, so I'm gonna say it's like an 8 or a 9. But some people might like it. You
Right.
know, I like it. It's just spicy. Like once you get past the spice, it's good. I said I got my bowl right here.
Is that a go-to for you post workout?
Yeah, yeah, because it's easy. It's each can has about 13 grams of protein, which is huge for me, fresh off of a workout, quickly to replenish and replace it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like this one that much, but you might. But I love the other flavors. I'm a basic one though. I like just the chicken noodle soup. It's a quick meal for me.
Are you in the Bay Area right now?
No, I'm not out there right now.
So the reason I ask is the Florida, like you're from Florida. The Florida Panthers just won hockey. Are you a hockey guy? Do you get down with hockey?
I like hockey. Hockey is the other sport that I watch other than football.
I was gonna say, like, what's your favorite sport outside of football? Is it hockey?
Um, I would say yeah, I would say I watch hockey more than anything else.
It's so just watching these playoffs, some of the injuries that those dudes go through and have to play through is
I
wild.
don't even understand how they able to do it though. Like
We're
it
talking
looks so
like broken foot,
like
fingers.
that.
So if you weren't playing football, what would you be doing?
I would be a professional NASCAR driver.
Oh, yeah.
Yup.
Why? That you got to build on that. Why?
I'm a car guy. That's my hobby outside of football. And I've driven an actual race car on a racetrack.
So you'd want to be the actual driver. You don't want to be in the pit changing everything.
No, I you heard what I've driven an actual race car on a racetrack before.
Like going 200.
160, I think I got up to.
That's wild. I
I was a
noticed.
I was a free agent when that happened, just to clarify that.
No, we're not going to catch you up here, don't you? You don't got to worry about that. So scrolling through your TL, looks like big on fishing. When did fishing become a big thing in your life, and like what made you want to do more with it?
Say that one more time.
I noticed that you're big into fishing, right? Like the whole hood fishing. So when did that become a big part of your life? And when you did notice like you were into fishing, why, what about it made you want to take it to another level?
So first and foremost, my dad worked on a shrimp boat when I was growing up. I'm from South Florida, Fort Myers, Florida, to be exact. My dad worked on a shrimp boat growing up, so I was always around the water. I have a lake. My parents have a lake behind the house, so that's just a South Florida kid. That's just part of growing up. You gonna fish. So I just really grew up around it, and that's just something that was always a part of me, basically for like the first 16, 17 years of my life. But once I went to college and moved to the Midwest, I kind of got away from it, honestly. Like, I don't really fish no more. I haven't fished in a really long time, to be honest, but it's like riding a bike. Like, I can go out there and do it right now, and it'd be like I never stop.
So let's talk about college real quick. So JUCO first, your teammate, I believe, was Cordell Patterson. Is that true?
Yep, I played with him, man. I played with Marcus Golden.
Tell me your first wow moment with Cordell, because obviously he's like one of the greatest returners, if not of all time. But like he's been doing
Like,
this forever.
he was like probably top two or three best football players I ever seen in my life. Like the first, like he never practiced. That's the thing about it. They didn't practice him because they didn't want him to get hurt. So he never really did much. But the first game of the season, because I got red shirted that year. I got a really bad concussion in training camp, and I got red shirted, which is rare in JUCO. Like you got to be a good player to get red shirted. They usually cut you and send you on your way. Which I tell people, JUCO is way harder than the NFL. You can make it out of that. You can make it through anything. So first game of the season, opening kickoff, they kick him the ball and he take it to the house. Like nobody touches him. Like it's like, and he scored 2 kick return touchdowns that game.
It's insane,
And I
man.
think he might have scored like 3 or 4 times that game. Yeah, he was. Nobody could touch him because he was so fast. He was just running past everybody.
You mentioned Midwest. You went to Were you in Minnesota? Were you a Gopher for 1 or 2 years?
I played there for 3, so I went to
Oh,
JUCO.
3 years.
I went to JUCO for 2 years. I got red shirted the first year, and I played a year. So when I transferred to Minnesota, I had 3 years of eligibility left still.
By the way, real quick on the JUCO thing, that's real because they only have so many scholarships to go around. Like it's a lot fewer than the D1, D2.
I'm like, it's a lot different than when I went. Like they've even increased the number. So when I was in JUCO, it was only 12 players could make the team from out of state,
Right.
and I went to Kansas. So that's 12 total. So if you need like 3 wide receivers from out of state, 2 corners, like you got to be a pretty good player because the rules are like it's 55 players on each team. That's why I'm like JUCO is harder. It's 55 players on each team, and that's
The
ain't no
talent there is
practice.
crazy too, by the way.
Huh?
The talent there is crazy too.
Yeah, man, I played with way better players in JUCO than I played against in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I,
so I'm like I said, it's 55 people on each team, and that ain't no practice squad. That's the whole 55 is everybody, and 43 of them players have to be from that state. So you got 43 players from the state of Kansas, and now you got to sort out the other 12 players that you want to take at each position. And it's like I said, it's like it might be 120 of us there. Like it was so good to me, man. I'm like, people don't understand. I'm like, NFL is easy. Like y'all paying me. I used to have to use the same pair of gloves and cleats all week and save the extra pair for a game because I didn't want to use those because I was a good enough player to get 2 pairs. Everybody else had one.
See,
Like it's
man.
you make it out that you could make it through anything.
And when you say they'll ship you back, so I went to Iowa Central as a freshman, so like I know the JUCO life, and I
Yeah.
seen people get shipped out of there from Jersey, like
The
so they
thing
come to
about it,
Iowa.
legal because I remember my second year we had a dude who didn't make the team. Coach, hey, you gotta but here a bus ticket or plane. I don't even think they pay for your stuff. They just send you on your way. You got to get back
No,
home by
yeah,
yourself.
it's like
So a dude, I still know the dude. I think I'm friends with him on Facebook or something. His name was Ty Richardson. Cool dude. I think he might have been a receiver. Bro, they cut him, bro. Dude wrote the NJCAA, wrote them a letter saying how we was over there illegally releasing people, bro. And they came and like investigated the school. They almost fired our coach. And our coach like one of the best coaches in JUCO football history. Like
is
won
he
a
still
lot of games.
there?
I don't know if Coach Rose. No, I think Coach Rose is gone. But Coach Rose was a good dude, but I don't know what was going on. Like I said, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I just know they like dude dude wrote the NJCA and they came and started investigating stuff.
No, it's a dirty game. Okay, you said Midwest, Minnesota, Gophers, 3 years. Tell me about your first introduction to a Juicy Lucy.
I think my wife had ordered me one from dang, what that spot called? 5-8 Club. Yeah, it's a spot over there by in South Minneapolis, 5-8 Club. We actually still get food from there. She used to live over there when I first met her, and it's literally like 2 blocks away from where her house was. So we used to order from there all the time, and that was life changing, I would say. I'm a burger guy, so I'm like,
Okay.
actually find a way to put the cheese already inside of it, and I was like astounded.
I think you still going to that same spot kind of tells you all you need to know, right?
Yeah, the crazy thing is my wife said it was a place that used to make better ones. I'm like, so there's better ones than this one? Like what? Like what am I
That's funny.
missing?
You tweeted about LaDainian Tomlinson being the best running back you've ever seen with your own eyes. That dude
For sure,
was
for sure.
unreal.
And
Let's talk about. Go ahead.
that's that's what I've seen. That's not saying that he is the best. Debates like that are weird because people be like, "Oh, so what about Barry and Walter?" I'm like, bro, I was born in 1993. I did not watch Walter in his prime,
Right.
and retired by the time I was 6. I don't remember, but the highlights speak for themselves. I'm like, I can name you the best players I've seen or I've played against.
Tell me the best active player in the NFL that you played against that kind of made you think twice.
Um, I think Pat, man, you guys got to Pat, bro.
Does
It
everybody
speaks
like that's everybody in the NFL feels the same way, right? Like they just know he's kind of like Superman.
Pat. When it's all said and done, I think he gonna be the best ever. Like he only in year 7 or 8 or something. Like quarterbacks play forever. So I'm like,
He has another decade left
at
at least.
pace, he at man, he could legit go down as the best ever or top 2 or 3 for sure. But I think Pat is the best player in our league right now.
No, I think everybody would agree with that. So you are active on social media, just talking about that LT tweet. And do you use it as a place to vent? Do you forget how popular you are because you can say
Man,
something like,
bro. I'm a regular person that's just happened to make it and doing something I love. Like I'm a regular person, bro. That's why people be not understanding. I'm like, bro, I'm not famous. I just got a great job.
so what
If
you're
you
saying
meet
is
me,
true.
yeah, I don't like attention. People that know me, they be like, bro, how do you do it? I'm like, man, my paychecks, you know. But I don't talk a lot. I'm very like antisocial or introverted. Like I don't talk a lot. I'm always to myself. I'm with my wife and my kids, or I'm by myself. I don't really hang with nobody. So
No, I feel that because staying to yourself is where it's at. You don't get no trouble. You don't have to worry about all these other outside opinions. And that's kind of why I'm bringing this up is because you can say something like, "Hey, I'm having
that's
fun
why,
playing football again," and
yeah,
somebody else
like
can say, "Oh, he hates the Packers." Like, what? No, I just said I like to play football.
I'm like, y'all wouldn't understand the stuff that I was going through. Like I've had like friends and what I'm saying, people on other teams be like, bro, I played coaches that made me like start hating the sport. And I'm like, man, that ain't true. Like if you really love the game, but I'm like, when you out here and you putting everything you can into something and people just ain't listening to you, stuff ain't going the way you want. I'm like, man, that is frustrating. And it makes you start being like, well, you know what? If they don't care, then why should I care? But you can't say it was me first. But as fans, people don't know stuff like that. They don't get it. So it's just like, I don't care to explain. I'm like, if
Right.
you got a
And
problem with what I say, oh well, it ain't gonna change nothing about my move. I say what I say and I stand on it. Like I
And by the
know
way,
what I did. I know the work that I put in to try to make things work. So I leave any situation with my head held high.
and you don't owe them an explanation either. You should know
But I
that
mean,
too.
I'm a truth teller. I don't lie. I'm too old to be lying to anybody. I ain't
That's
lying
true.
and nobody about nothing because I'm not scared of nobody. I'm not afraid of nothing. So I'm like, what reason I got to get on here and lie to you about? I'm telling y'all the truth and y'all be upset about it. I'm like, okay, so let me just. I'm not even going to entertain it no more. If you're gonna be mad, I'm just leave it alone. Cause you want the
Yeah.
truth. You say the truth. I tell you the truth, and you like, well, that can't be how it happened. What you mean? I'm in the building every day.
They
Like,
want their truth. They don't want your truth.
yeah, like y'all gonna
Um,
protect the organization no matter what I tell you. So I'm just gonna tell you the truth and let you decide how you feel about it. I'm
okay,
like the people.
last one before we get out of here. So in my mind, the 49ers play with like a level of intent that I don't think you can understand until you go against it. And you've played against
Yeah,
them over the years. Do you agree with that line of thinking that they just kind of like when I watch them, they kind of punch you in the face,
oh
they come at you full
man,
speed. And
it's
was that
just
one
the
of the
way.
reasons you came to the Bay Area?
Yeah, it's the way they coach, bro. Like you held to a certain expectation. Like I say, it's part of a winning culture when you held to a certain expectation. Like you can say what you want. When you playing against the 49ers, you know you can't make many mistakes and you better be physical because they're going to be physical and they're going to do everything right, play in and play out. That's just how they coach. That's just how detailed Kyle is in general. And I've known that since the day I met him. You know, like I was with Kyle in Atlanta. So I'm like, I've always known how detailed he is. And like, I've never seen it from a head coaching perspective. I've seen it from an OC perspective. So now him being able to run the show, I'm like he don't even understand how much because I'm very intellectual. Like all I do is I listen and I think. So I'm like he don't even understand just in the 6 to 8 weeks I've been there how much better he's made me as a player just telling me how he sees stuff or how what he trying to get me to do. So I'm like, bro, you don't even understand what you done did. Just me sitting in on these team meetings. I'm like,
And
he's so smart
you've been in the league for a minute. So imagine how like rookies, how guys first year,
and
second year,
like that. I'm like, bro, you can't take this for granted because there's a such thing as bad coaching. There's some bad coaches out there. Like, there's some bad coaches out there for real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, y'all got some really good coaches here. And most of the thing that I'm gonna say, and a lot of people ain't gonna like, most of the coaches on that staff have played.
it
They giving
matters.
you a level of insight that certain people just can't give you. And I'm like, you either take that the wrong way or you don't. And a lot of people do. I'm like, when you embrace former players that want to help, like that's when you get the best results because they give different level of insight and stuff that a guy that you can be the best coach in the world. Ain't nothing like going out there and doing it.
Because you can make it relatable to a person like you.
It's easily relatable. I'm like
Yeah.
being around Johnny giving me insight on stuff. Like Johnny taught me how to juggle and like literally 60 seconds taught me how to juggle. And just in those 6 to 8 weeks of being there, I was able to make some plays in practice that I'm like, I was able to make that play because I was juggling.
It's
And I'm
insane.
like, I watch Fred and be like, man, how you, man? Okay, now I see. You over here doing stuff that I hadn't done before. So I'm like, it makes sense. Like he's being coached to be the best. So that's why he's performing the way he is. Like
Yeah.
these things don't happen overnight. They're not accidents. You put the work in. And I'm like, bro, you tell Fred, I've been telling Fred for 8 weeks. I'm like, bro, you lucky. I wish I had this. Like, yeah,
He's had
they
it
treat
since 2018.
he's a dog. I'm looking forward to playing with him.
Yeah, you, him, Dre, it should be a hell of a trio to watch you guys. But thanks for taking the time to join me. I'm gonna reach out to you, over the season. I'll be in the locker room, so I'll have a chance to talk to you a little bit more. Appreciate you taking the time. Is there anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
I appreciate you taking the time out your day. I appreciate Campbell's for the opportunity to present the great soup. Once again, it's the spicy Nashville style hot soup. Go check it out. It's really good. It's spicy. I want to make sure I overemphasize how spicy it is.
All right. Appreciate it. Take care, everybody.
Yes, sir. You as well.